Welcome to my channel. I am Audrey. My channel is called The Backstory because on this channel you will find out exactly what happens before each Sunday school lesson. The lesson for September 25th, 2022 is entitled Obedience and Respect. Exodus chapter 19, verses 16 through 25. If you are new here, the agenda is a standard one. I will share the backstory, read the lesson text, offer a brief summary, and ask that you subscribe to the channel. The backstory. Let's begin. Desert of Sinai. According to Exodus chapter 19, verses 1 through 2, on the first day of the third month after the Israelites left Egypt, on that very day, they came to the desert of Sinai. After they set out from Rephidim, they entered the desert of Sinai, and Israel camped there in the desert in front of the mountain. Then Moses went up to God, and the Lord called to him from the mountain and said, "This is what you are to say to the descendants of Jacob and what you are to tell the people. You yourselves have seen what I did to Egypt and how I carried you on eagles' wings and brought you to myself." In Exodus chapter 19, verses 5 through 6, there is a message from the Lord. "Now, if you obey me fully and keep my covenant, then out of all nations you will be my treasured possession. Although the whole earth is mine, you will be for me a kingdom of priests and a holy nation. These are the words you are to speak to the Israelites." Response of all the people, according to verses 7 and 8. So Moses went back and summoned the elders of the people and set before them all the words the Lord had commanded him to speak. The people all responded together, saying, "We will do everything the Lord has said." So Moses brought their answer back to the Lord. The Lord speaks to Moses, Exodus chapter 19, verses 9 through 11. The Lord said to Moses, "I am going to come to you in a dense cloud, so that the people will hear me speaking with you and will always put their trust in you." Then Moses told the Lord what the people had said. And the Lord said to Moses, "Go to the people and consecrate them today and tomorrow. Have them wash their clothes and be ready by the third day, because on that day the Lord will come down on Mount Sinai in the sight of all the people." The instructions to Moses continue. Limitations. Put limits for the people around the mountain and tell them, "Be careful that you do not approach the mountain or touch the foot of it. Whoever touches the mountain is to be put to death. They are to be stoned or shot with arrows. Not a hand is to be laid on them. No person or animal shall be permitted to live. Only when the ram's horn sounds a long blast may they approach the mountain." Preparations for the third day. After Moses had gone down the mountain to the people, he consecrated them, and they washed their clothes. Then he said to the people, "Prepare yourselves for the third day. Abstain from sexual relations." The backstory ends here, and today's Sunday school lesson begins with verse 16. Obedience and respect. Exodus chapter 19, verses 16 through 25. Time, 1445 BC. Place, Mount Sinai. Golden text. Moses brought forth the people out of the camp to meet with God, and they stood at the nether part of the mount. Exodus chapter 19, verse 17. Verse 16. And it came to pass on the third day in the morning that there were thunders and lightnings and a thick cloud upon the mount, and the voice of the trumpet exceeding loud, so that all the people that was in the camp trembled. Verse 17. And Moses brought forth the people out of the camp to meet with God, and they stood at the nether part of the mount. Verse 18. And Mount Sinai was altogether on a smoke, because the Lord descended upon it in fire, and the smoke thereof ascended as the smoke of a furnace, and the whole mount quaked greatly. Verse 19. And when the voice of the trumpet sounded long and waxed louder and louder, Moses spake, and God answered him by a voice. Verse 20. And the Lord came down upon Mount Sinai, on the top of the mount. And the Lord called Moses up to the top of the mount, and Moses went up. Verse 21. And the Lord said unto Moses, Go down, charge the people, lest they break through unto the Lord to gaze, and many of them perish. Verse 22. And let the priests also, which come near to the Lord, sanctify themselves, lest the Lord break forth upon them. Verse 23. And Moses said unto the Lord, The people cannot come up to Mount Sinai, for thou chargest us, saying, Set bounds about the mount, and sanctify it. Verse 24. And the Lord said unto him, Away, get thee down, and thou shalt come up, thou and Aaron with thee. But let not the priests and the people break through to come up unto the Lord, lest he break forth upon them. Verse 25. So Moses went down unto the people, and spake unto them. A brief summary. When the morning of the third day arrived, that must have been a breathless hush of expectation. Then came the sight of lightning and a thick cloud, accompanied by the sudden sounds of thunder and a very loud trumpet blast. What an awesome thing to be led out to meet with God. The people stood at the foot of the mountain, as near as they were permitted to come. The mountain was covered with smoke, and the whole mountain trembled violently. The external signs were similar to those of a volcanic eruption. The trumpet blast, which was unique in that it could not be considered a natural event, it seems to have been a way of calling attention to the special presence of God and his self-communication. When Moses spoke, the voice of God answered him, while all the people were trembling before the awesome display of God's power and mystery. It required a courageous faith for Moses to heed God's summons and go up to the clouded heights where God's presence was especially evident. No sooner had Moses ascended to the top of Mount Sinai than the Lord commanded him to go down and warn the people to stay behind the barrier that marked how close they would come to the mountain. If they came to where they could see the Lord, they would perish. Thank you so much for watching. Remember now, please, to like, subscribe, and comment, and join me soon for the next backstory.